business.
Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon, and welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. With me today is T-Money.
If you smell what the lion is cooking.
And Mike Henry on video chat.
If you're ready for another episode of the Heavens Monsters podcast, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I said if you're ready for another episode of the Heavens Monsters podcast, give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Alright.
Get down to business, shall we?
Yep, let's do June 1st, Monday Night Raw. We start the show with the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins, giving Rey Mysterio a so-proclaimed proper
ceremony.
Yep, retirement ceremony. Because he knows Rey Mysterio isn't going to be brave enough to tell that he's going to have a retirement, courtesy of what he did to him by pressing his eyeball against the steel steps corner. And that had to hurt. So during this little speech, he had Austin Theory and Buddy Murphy on standby, and Aleister Black at the end came and jumped him, and I believe it became a one-on-one match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead and
I believe so. It was Rollins versus Black.
Yeah, get your thoughts on that, Mikey. Get your thoughts on that.
Aleister Black is standing up for Rey Mysterio.
Okay, go ahead. Yep, Aleister Black versus Seth Rollins. In this match, Aleister Black defeats Seth Rollins. This is good.
With a roll-up. Full package, we call it.
Woohoo! All because Humberto had to interfere too, because he was being threatened last week. Next match?
Apollo Crews versus Kevin Owens. Was it none? I can't remember.
Yeah.
What it was.
So, Apollo Crews had chosen a opponent to fight to defend for his first time with the United States Championship, and he chose Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens was surprised and sad to know that after last week when
well, actually, it wasn't chose. He
personally chose.
No, they told him he was going to wrestle Kevin Owens.
Yeah, but this is the storyline I'm talking about. In which case, he didn't feel right that he was going to fight Apollo Crews, knowing that Angel Garza got the drop on him last week. And he said he felt sad for him because his United States title run is going to be very short, saying he was going to take it from him. But, of course, Zelina Vega and her two flunkies, clients, Angel Garza and Andrade, jumped both of them, and ultimately the match was thrown out.
Sergio's doppelganger and Angel Garza.
Oh, hell no. I'm not that sexy.
Let's say you kind of look like him by the eyes. Like,
Oh, hell no. In which case, the match was then turned into a tag team match with no title on the line between Angel Garza and Andrade versus Kevin Owens and the United States champion, Apollo Crews. In this match, if I'm correctly, yep, Apollo Crews pinned Andrade for a third time in a row and win the tag team match. Zelina Vega definitely not happy to know that her client Andrade has lost to Apollo Crews on 3 different occasions. Your thoughts, T-Money?
yeah, it was bound to happen. I was getting tired of Andrade as champion anyway.
You, Mikey?
Well, first, Apollo and Kevin Owens were fighting tooth and nail back and forth until, like you just said, Zelina Vega and her two flunky, is that what you call them? Flunky clients?
Yep.
Two of them came out, match was thrown out, set up a tag team, and for the third time, Andrade gets his ass whooped by Apollo Crews.
Yep. What's next?
The Viking Raiders have another challenge against the Street Profits.
It would be a test of bowling. In which case, oh damn, Mikey, your camera went off, Mikey.
I know.
There he goes. In which case, the Viking Raiders was on the winning streak until the smoke came, and the Street Profits were close to winning, except for the final points, 1 point being the difference, where the Viking Raiders won with a very weird tactic move. He threw his partner, the bearded guy, that's been getting all the compliments of
Which one?
being cute.
Which one? The both?
Long-haired one.
Oh, you mean Ivar?
Ivar using it as a bowling strike gets the pin and gets the win. So it's 2 for 2. And next they're gonna Samoa Joe, while on Raw Talk after the show, mentioned the fact that they should have a contest. I forget what it's called, where they're gonna have multiple choice in all different sports and see who is the winner of the better tag team.
You know, they probably lose that, but the Street Profits, they probably lose that like a bow and arrow contest.
Yep. Your thoughts on that, Mikey?
Hilarious between the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders.
You T-Money?
I think they probably have some up their sleeve. They probably want to challenge the Street Profits. I like to see them do something like out of their type of gimmick, like a dart.
I think this is actually WWE saying once this quarantine goes down, these are all the things that the Viking Raiders Street Profits are doing is what you can do when you get out of the quarantine.
But you know,
I think that's what they're doing.
But you know what this is, right?
What?
It's more like the thing with MVP and Matt Hardy. It's kind of like that.
Oh yeah, this is a fun gimmick thing.
No. It's like this. I named the game that I challenge you in. Once I win, you have to put that titles on the line.
Oh, they could have done that from the get-go. You know, Viking Raiders are okay with ballot and same with Street Profits.
But I'm saying like whoever wins out of the last team, they do.
We'll have to wait and see. In which case, it's definitely going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
Billy Kay versus Nikki Cross.
After last week, the insults that were flown in Nikki Cross's face by Billy Kay, these two were definitely, and I was saying it, and I was like, yep, they did have a match. Sadly to say, without having to cheat, Billy Kay defeated Nikki Cross by moving out of the way from her splash, of Nikki Cross's splash, and hit her with her signature move, and she ended up winning the match. Looking good for Iconics. Definitely being looked like we're going to have a triple threat for the women's tag team champions between Sasha, Banks, and Bayley, the Iconics, and Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss defending their championship.
I was checking out Nikki Cross just so y'all know.
Nick, you were checking her out?
Yeah.
Why?
I think she looked good. She looked good.
I thought you were looking at Billy Kay.
Yeah, she ain't no booty.
You ain't got no booty. Okay.
Peyton Royce look better than her.
You were looking at Nikki Cross's ass?
Yeah.
Damn, boy.
Mm-hmm.
You want that beast of Belfast on you.
I'll take it.
That's his wife.
I'll take it.
You're going to get that mean ass Anton.
I'll take it.
What do you think, Mikey, on Nikki Cross and Billy Kay's match?
Oh my God, this is Alexa and Nikki's worst night. I mean, first Alexa loses to Sasha, and now Nikki loses to Billy. This is Alexa and Nikki's worst nightmare.
Mm-hmm. All right, next.
It just shows that they kind of remind you of the Bella Twins.
Uh-huh.
Billy Kay and Peyton Royce.
Ooh.
Okay. Rey Mysterio and Dominic have a little talk about the whole thing with Seth Rollins.
Their response to Seth Rollins and... Yeah, that's what it is. Rey Mysterio is upset knowing that what Seth Rollins didn't just affect him, it affected his wife and his 2 children. And he said, "Curse you, Seth Rollins. Damn you." It's not so much that you did that to him, it was family that pissed him off. Afterwards, Dominic then goes and makes a threat and a statement of Prosper to the quote, "an eye for an eye." And even though you would think that Rey Mysterio's eye was okay, it wasn't. Underneath the mask, where his eye was damaged on his right side, is a patch underneath the mask.
No, it's not. As a patch, he had that custom made according to him.
Oh, yeah, but it's a patch in that eye socket.
Because that's what he did before, and when that happened to him, he had that custom made.
Your thoughts, Mikey?
Oh boy. I don't blame Dominic because he is doing everything he can to protect not only his father but the entire Mysterio family.
Oh, I'm glad. Hey, Mikey, did you know about Dominic's story? That's not really Rey Mysterio's son.
Yeah, we know it's Eddie's son. Yeah. Rey Mysterio adopted him, courtesy of the quest of Eddie Guerrero. Okay, next.
Yeah, I remember
That's hard to believe.
Rey Mysterio brought me past.
That's hard to believe that's Dominic, because that boy's gotten tall. Oh, shoot.
It's been 7 years, bro. What you expect?
True.
Time changes people, man.
Yeah.
He went from a little kid and now he's all grown up.
Yeah, I always remember him as a little kid, though.
Damn, it's loading.
Yeah. Trying to survive. Hope I skip them.
Uh-huh. Next is Grant Krakowski's
Rob
Rob. Blah, 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 blah. Sorry. Rob
Gronkowski.
Gronkowski is no longer the 24/7 champion, thanks to R-Truth posing as a gardener and a buddy of Gronk. Has definitely been a betrayer. He was a referee and he tricked him. Now the title is back in WWE. Finally.
Because
and Ron Gronkowski parted ways.
Yep, he parted ways. He's no longer coming back.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else.
That was it.
And that being said, R-Truth is now the king of 24/7 title.
And whatever else moniker he can add to it.
What?
24/7, 9/11, that's good, that was it, West Side Championship. All that crap.
Yeah, he can only defend that title on Raw.
Next.
Nia Jax versus Kairi Sane.
Oh boy, oh my.
Yep. Trying to lay a statement to Asuka. She takes out Kairi Sane once again. Man, Kairi Sane can't get a break with Nia Jax. Damn.
I'm glad you mentioned about Nia Jax. Anonymous, they start to say that she should be fired. She needs to be fired. Because
Hey, you can't, don't, ask for not to be put in a match with Nia Jax.
No, Nia Jax should be fired.
Yeah, I'm saying, if you can't handle being roughed around by Nia Jax, don't request not to be wrestling with her.
But here's the thing.
Okay, go ahead.
Triple H agrees with that.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, because, like, every match she has, she's too rough on her opponents.
Because she's a big girl. What you expect?
That doesn't mean that don't mean anything about being big, bro. It's just how she wrestles.
Yeah.
Because some wrestlers go through that.
Okay, next. Before it blacks out.
Don't black out.
So that.
Okay, there we go. But
What you gonna do when I come for you? What did you do?
okay.
You could have just paused it. I don't know why you did that.
It's fine.
Oh boy.
Charlotte Flair versus Asuka in a count-out match.
It would be champion versus champion. But during this heated match between these two, Asuka would be drawn to the stage thanks to Nia Jax coming in with her entrance music. Asuka, to be precise, not Nia Jax's own music. He came in as Asuka's music while wearing her mask and even going so far as to reveal that she had her exact type of face paint going down her mouth and eyes. Asuka definitely focused on Nia Jax, doesn't hit a referee, count to 10, and the bell rings, and Nia Jax got what she wanted, a loss on behalf of Asuka by countout in this champion versus champion. Your winner, Charlotte Flair, but she didn't even have time to celebrate because of the fact that Nia Jax just ran over Asuka, and we don't even see Charlotte Flair after that.
I hate Charlotte Flair.
Hey, we didn't see her after that. It was all focused on Nia Jax and Asuka that whole time and that ramp and floor.
Charlotte Flair, I hate you. You taking all these women's spotlight. You taking.
Oh yeah. Your thoughts, Mikey?
How?
Oh, there it is. I saw that middle finger. I didn't see it before. Stick it back up. There you go.
You agree with me, don't you, Mikey?
I cannot believe that Nia Jax wears Asuka's this. What the hell?
Definitely send a message to Asuka. She's mocking her in every possible way.
Ooh, you know what fans been chanting? Asuka's gonna kill you. Asuka's gonna kill you.
Yeah, we haven't heard that in a long time by the fans.
Oh, trust
What?
me.
You know who's getting it now?
Nia Jax, come back.
Shayna Blazer.
Mm-hmm. All right, what's next?
Because I started the whole thing. Drew McIntyre versus the Legend MVP.
In this match, go ahead, Mikey.
I said, ooh, X-Man's favorite superstar MVP.
There you go.
Don't lie.
It would be Lana who actually hears from from Bobby Lashley that he wants her back here, not during his match. Which is funny. He didn't have a match all night. Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
But she then twisted it thinking that it wasn't Bobby who was suggesting that. That was MVP. So she then twisted his words saying he said not for her to come out during his match. He didn't say anything about MVPs. So MVP would be having Bobby Lashley in his corner, and then Lana comes out to be by Bobby Lashley's side.
Because I don't know if you know this about MVP. I know Xavier saw it that he is going to make MVP a full-time wrestler.
Ooh, there you go. That's nice.
They're going to have him be a producer and both and full-time wrestler.
Nice.
He's the only one that's going to get it.
So in this match, MVP would definitely give Drew McIntyre a run for his money, but sadly, thanks to the fact of Lana being on the side and Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre defeats MVP, but then has Bobby Lashley right on him. And this is where things get controversy because of the fact that, well, not controversy. Yeah, the controversy.
No,
they said this on Monday Night Raw Talk. The controversy of what's going on between these two is the full Nelson would be applied on Drew McIntyre by Bobby until the show goes out. And even after that, Bobby Lashley couldn't make Drew McIntyre pass out. They literally had to get the referees to pull him off him. And the whole time, Drew McIntyre was fighting. He didn't let up. It kind of helped that the fact that Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre are very tall men. So it worked in his favor. He did that to a smaller guy. Man, the smaller guy would like, I can't stand on my feet anymore. He's throwing me like a rag now. He got me off my feet, damn it.
They said it, but it's not really a controversy. Controversy is something that happened.
Hey, that's what they said. That's what they said. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I know. They said it's not really a controversy. It's something like they probably mean like the history between them two.
Yeah. And what do you think?
The history.
No.
Okay, the whole match between Lana was enjoying that. She was laughing.
And you, Mikey?
Drew McIntyre can't wait to get his hands on Lashley at Backlash.
Alright.
But it's going to be difficult for him to win because MVP is going to try to do everything he can just to help Bobby Lashley win by distracting the referee. Lana might show up. Just so I know that
She's going to cost him.
Uh-huh.
That or she's the difference maker and she makes him win. That would be nice. But we already talked about this. Vince McMahon don't want a black man to be WWE champion. That's bullshit.
It's not just him, bro.
Unless he changes his mind considering what's happening.
No. It's not just him. The one.
George Ford?
Yeah, the George Floyd. It's not just
George
him.
Floyd.
Yeah. It's not just him that's saying that. It's the people who are under him. That's Triple H as well.
I have to wait and see. In other news, I didn't finish watching it, but I did get to see TNA throwback or flashback moment of the week. And it's in honor of WWE, what's going on, courtesy of the fact that we saw the end result of Drew McIntyre as Drew Galloway facing Bobby Lashley for the Impact World Championship, and Bobby Lashley beat Drew McIntyre for it and became the new Impact champion. This is something. That's pretty cool to actually see. Maybe that is something that will happen in Backlash.
No, it's not Honor. I just got the info. It's not the Honor. It's just something like they're doing this because they trying to do it. Remember all the other TNA wrestlers who were there. Mm-hmm. It's not Honor for Bobby. Not Honor for WWE.
Yeah, but it's pretty convenient.
According to WWE, they said they don't want anything to do with Impact.
Yep.
Impact doesn't want anything to do with WWE.
Then why did they show that clip of all?
Because
at this current Jetson.
It's just like a tribute to all the it's just a tribute.
Then they should have picked somebody else out before they had this, because this is too perfect.
It's just a tribute because to remember all the other TNA wrestlers who were in the company.
You said that 3 times now.
Yeah, I was getting you to understand that because you probably don't.
I get it, but I'm saying that when it's someone like me, you do that right when this is going on in WWE. You got to show these 2 Pacific people in this flashback moment. Nah, man, that was kind of perfect. That was too perfect. But I get it. Your thoughts on that, Mikey?
The history between Lashley and McIntyre?
Yeah.
From an Impact TNA throwback, you guys?
Mm-hmm.
Old school memories.
Oh, yeah. You got TNA? Not TNA. NXT. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got TNA in the back. I didn't watch WWE Backstage. I only saw a little bit of it. I got to finish watching it when I get home. They talking about what happened with Jeff Hardy and the fact that he greenlighted the storyline. Because knowing that everybody knows his history, this would kind of be upsetting to actually go with this. And they also mentioned Dominic. What is Dominic going to do to defend his father, Rey Mysterio's honor? Will he show up and actually pick a fight with Seth Rollins? That's a bad idea, bro. That's a bad idea.
He's going to make his wrestling debut next year.
Your thoughts on that, Mikey?
I don't know about Dominic, but I just don't know if he's ready or not. But
yeah, that's what they're saying.
We haven't really seen him wrestle. The only time we saw him was when he got jumped by Brock Lesnar, and he tried to jump Brock Lesnar and got F5 for his trouble on 2 separate occasions.
Yeah, won't forget that.
Oh.
Johnny Gargano. And
It was supposed to be a match with Candice LeRae versus Mia Yim. Mm-hmm. In this match, it would be thrown out because of all the interference on the outside, including Tegan Nox trying to talk with Candice LeRae Tegan Nox, yeah. Dakota Kai is who I was about to think. Did I say that wrong? And it was Raquel Gonzalez jumping her, and also
Shotzi Blackheart, the green.
There you go. Shotzi Blackheart, who also came to the rescue. And then Johnny Gargano would be in there. And Keith Lee would come to defend his woman. Thus, by request of General Manager William Regal, it would be a mixed tag team match. And Johnny Gargano ain't even dressed to wrestle. He's upset.
He's got to wrestle with street clothes.
So, in which case, this match goes on where the rules apply. Men wrestle the men, women wrestle the women. If they tag in, the boys come in, and vice versa, the girls come in. Throughout this match, it was mainly focused on Candice LeRae, simply because of the fact that Johnny Gargano was not in his wrestling clothes. But when he got in, Keith Lee tore up all his clothes off, and it just like bam, 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 bam. But the match, if I'm correct.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to get to it.
Go ahead. Let me see who won. Yep. Courtesy of Dirty Handed Tactics, Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae end up winning the match. And of course, in the process, because he had his dress clothes on, Johnny Gargano had his car keys in his pocket, and he used it to stab the eye of Keith Lee. And he made one mean statement. He took the title, but left it across the stage bottom ramp, symbolizing that come this Sunday at NXT TakeOver in Your House edition, he's going to take that North American Championship and become a 2-time champion of that title. Oh boy. Your thoughts, Mikey? Because you look like you need to speak.
What the hell has gotten the Johnny Gargano? Sticking a key in Keatley's eye.
Also, before you mention the next thing, apparently we have a new name for this dark version of Candice LeRae, and that's the Poison Pixie of NXT.
She went from the Pixie side, what do you call it? And now she's the Poison side.
Even Beth Phoenix, wife of Edge, said that the reason why she's turned this face is because all of Johnny Gargano. I wouldn't say that because of all the things that's been happening to her. I think she's feeling the darkness and the frustration too in NXT.
Let's not forget that both the girls that had their problems with Tommaso Ciampa, which we'll get to Ciampa shortly.
Your thoughts on Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae?
Like I said, I cannot believe that Johnny Gargano would pick up a car key and stick it in Keatley's eye.
Oh yeah,
just uncalled for.
That's what heels.
That's what heels do. Yeah. So say it again. What were you saying? I didn't hear you.
I was gonna say the ratings between AEW and NXT.
Oh no, I meant on Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae.
Yeah, I was gonna say too.
Say it.
That's what I said. That's what heels do.
No, you said
crazy ass bitch.
Crazy ass couple. You said crazy ass bitch.
No, I'm gonna call her. That's what her name should be. Crazy ass bitch.
Alright. So go ahead and mention the ratings.
AEW beat NXT
again. I haven't watched AEW. I'll be watching that tonight.
No, I'm saying when I say crazy ass bitch, she inherited the same name as Stephanie McMahon did. And Jazz did.
What's next?
Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Tony Nese.
This match would be heavily heated, courtesy of the fact of the Cruiserweight Classic. Tony Nese, who had no wins in that whole tournament, cost Isaiah Swerve with Jack Gallagher, and throughout this match, these two would be evenly matched until Jack Gallagher came down to the ring, and ultimately, you would think that he was distracted enough for Tony Nese to get the win, but nope, he rolls over and gets the pin on Tony Nese. And then Jack Gallagher, instead of going after Tony Nese like he did in their one-on-one match last Friday on 205 Live and said this ain't over, he goes straight after Isaiah Swerve. And those two are like right next to each other. They don't want to pick a fight with each other. They have eyes on Swerve. Like, really? What's going on? I thought they still had beef. What? They have a common enemy in Swerve now? Or they had been having, courtesy of the Cruiserweight tournament. Especially that comment he had.
Breezango.
Hold up.
Okay, go ahead.
Your thoughts, Mikey?
What is happening with Tony Nese?
You're speechless.
What's going on with Tony Nese? When's the last time he's won?
Good question. And your thoughts on that?
I didn't catch that one.
Yeah, you didn't get. Okay. All right. Next.
Those two don't impress me anyway. Yeah. Breezango and versus the Undisputed Era and Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan and the number one contenders triple threat tag team match.
Yep. With Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch going up against the Undisputed Era of Bobby Fish and Roderick Strong, Real Regal would put a third option tag team that was mysterious. But as he said, it would be Breezango, the return of Breezango of Tyler Breeze and Fandango.
Why the fuck they dress up as astronauts?
Oh, they doing the sexy thing every time. It's like the stage, the WWE stage is their stripper joint catwalk. And they got a different theme every time. They had construction workers, they had cops, they had this, they had that. This time it's astronauts.
They should join the Space Center.
I think they were honoring that from here in Houston because after 9 years, we sent a rocket into space. I watched the news with my mom. She has me watching the news because of what's going on. In which case, after they got the right to be number one contenders against the Imperium, we have these two guys being represented by the skinny, what was that guy's name? The little black guy? See, you would know. You're having a hard time. Yeah, but
Imperium?
No, the Middle Eastern warriors. Those two big guys. I don't know. I'm bad with names, bro. You know that.
Malcolm Bevins.
Malcolm Bevins?
Yeah.
He reminds me a little bit of you, Mikey.
What?
Michael, that guy with the two Middle Eastern guys.
Malcolm
Bevins.
You know, like the name Malcolm Merlin? Malcolm.
Remember those two big guys that was on stage in suits and traditional war paint?
The tattooing Indo Shear.
Yeah, Indo Shear. You remind me of him. Yeah. So how do you feel about Breezango going up against Imperium?
First time in a long time. We have seen Fandango in a long time.
Says my stepdad looks like Tay Bones.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention the fact that this will be a first time ever. Breezango goes up against Imperium from across the pond in the UK. So definitely going to be a first. And the titles are on the line.
Holy shit.
In your house. It's NXT TakeOver.
Holy shit.
Oh yeah. What's next?
Let's see.
Well, I think I know. Is it Cameron Grimes?
Santana Garrett versus Aaliyah. That was the first one at the end of the. See?
Uh-huh. After being fired by Chelsea Green, Robert Stone is definitely looking for new management, begging Aaliyah to win her match against Santana Garrett. But that didn't go because Santana had more fight in her and won that match, ending her losing streak in NXT. Oh.
She was a TNA, just so you know.
Uh-huh. Your thoughts, Mikey?
Somebody please get rid of Robert Stone.
Reminds you of IRS.
I don't know why, but I get a feeling that Robert Stone is actually Robbie E. from Impact, right?
No, what?
He looks like him. I gotta look that up. Oh, I got some editing to do.
That used to be Brooke Tessmacher's boyfriend.
Uh-huh. Next.
Cameron Grimes versus Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed, the thick boy, ends up going up against Cameron Grimes, who is definitely looking to continue his winning streak after defeating Finn Balor, courtesy of Damian Priest. Thanks to one mistake, Reed went up to the corner of the top rope, went for a splash, but took too long to get up there, giving Cameron Grimes the time to move out and stomp into him, getting the 1, 2, 3. And he got the hell out of there quick because Killian Cross is in there. And he goes right after Reed and he lays his ass out with a, what do you call it? His over the shoulder, senton? Suicide senton. And he sends a message to Ciampa. Tick tock, this Sunday. Woo! Intense is the word that comes to mind that describes Killian Cross. Woo! Your thoughts, Mikey?
I hope Tommaso Ciampa is watching.
Mm-hmm.
In addition, mentioning Finn Balor, Damian Priest will go up against Finn Balor this Sunday. Look forward to that. Payback's a bitch. In the name of the Prince. Also, we have a promo of Undisputed Era celebrating the longest reigning champion, Adam Cole. And Velveteen Dream has a mirror displayed honoring the memory of Prince, Mr. Purple himself, and saying that he is going to take it all come Sunday. I'm like, who the hell was that? That wasn't him. That was a lighter tone with a skinny goatee black guy. I'm like, who's that? Who's playing Prince? That ain't Velveteen.
You talking about like a long hair stuff? I think that's a little richer. No, that's probably a little richer.
Next, we have the main event. The Cruiserweight Championship Finals between Drake Maverick and Phantasma. This match would go on neck and neck with Drake Maverick showing no signs of giving up and going all the way, using moves and this and that. But sadly, thanks to some outside interference, trying to grab Phantasma, once again, these golden wrestlers from, Mexico, Drake Maverick saves him, but then it costs him. He pays him no give it diligence or whatever you want to call it, super kicks him, and then hits him with his finishing move, pins him, Phantasma becomes the new Cruiserweight champion. And a sad, depressed story ending. Drake Maverick walks while everyone supports him. And just like that, Triple H is on stage, and I knew it. I saw something in his hand. Ladies and gentlemen, a new contract presented by the creator and founder of NXT, Triple H, happily gives Drake Maverick, and he signs on the dotted line. He's back with WWE. The dream continues. How do you feel about that, Mikey?
It was emotional. It was emotional. Even though Maverick came this close, they still, which we call golden, ones that jumped off Fantasia.
I don't know. Go to Luchadors. Golden Luchadors.
Golden Luchadors? Who the hell invited them?
I don't know. That's not even their name. I'm just calling them that because they got golden masks now every time.
What are you talking about?
The guys who interfered in the match trying to go after Phantasma. In which cost Drake Maverick the match because he was saving Phantasma from him.
Okay, you said golden mask. I'm thinking
they were golden masks. Golden luchador masks. They had their face covered.
Well, the opposite.
They've been jumping him in the parking lot, and they were the ones that took Raul Mendoza and Jacqueline Wild. We haven't seen them since.
You know, that's a battle for the conquistadors. Remember Mikey?
He hears you.
Do you remember the conquistadors from the Attitude Era? The Edge Christian.
No, but they're wearing black suits, black and white suits. They're not wearing gold tights.
Also, the gold mask part. I'm saying that's like a battle of the conquistadors.
They might be throwing that. They might be honoring them then.
Yeah,
I remember.
so.
That's something. That's WWE. In which case, this video is definitely gonna have to work on this video later. But let's go ahead and wrap this up then, because that was the end of the match. Oh, one last bit of info. The creepy Dexter Lumis was in the audience during the tag team match, and he made a portrait, a fancy-looking gimmick portrait of him having the rest of the 3 members of this Undisputed Era tied up in a back of a truck, and him driving them away. I'm like, oh shit!
I got one too.
Go ahead.
Vince McMahon and WWE is going to resign the wrestlers they fired because he's afraid that he's going to lose it to AEW.
Oh yeah.
He already lost the Revival. He already lost. What else he lost? Well, there are some people he lost. I can't think of the other names, but he's going to resign the others that he released it.
Your thoughts on that, Mikey?
Oh,
Dexter Lumis.
Go ahead, Mikey.
Dexter like I said, creepy bastard.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
And the ones who also left is the Extension. They went to AEW.
We haven't seen him yet.
Yeah, they signed him. Ryback's there. He signed.
Ryback.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll talk about that in another video because we got to end this one. This is 40 minutes long. I don't know if I got the storage space. So let's go ahead. First up, a shout out to Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, Andre Mitchell. A link to their YouTube channels will be in the description down below. And remaining shout out to Chris Petrie, Terry Money, Andre Farrell, and Delvin. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. You did, give it a thumbs down. Hit that subscribe button, like the content, hit that notification bell for the next Heavens Monsters podcast. Peace.
Bye.
Good night.